Well, it's been a while since I used OBS to basically record anything, but I figured for this game it'd be worthwhile to do so. Welcome to Wayward, a survival roguelike that I basically was given a key from a developer to showcase, I believe. So this is a game I've gone through it once to sort of like get the idea of how it basically plays and what I should basically demonstrate. So Wayward is before I basically begin, it's essentially a survival roguelike, I guess, in the vein of like Unreal World, and it's like basically got like crafting and like survival things that are going on. When you start a new game, it basically procedurally generates a new world for you to play. So it's got that sort of roguelike aspect to it. And you wake to find yourself no longer in a company of good men or a fine seafaring vessel. Instead, you discover yourself entire clothing with a pocket full of shoddy items. Treasure. You remember something about treasure. So you basically start off with a randomly generated character and use WASD to basically move around. If you just like tap on the key, it basically lets you move in like different directions. And if you hold down a key, it basically lets you like move in that direction. And you can also like click to basically move around too if you want to. So it's got it's got a mouse interface. It's basically a modern roguelike. Up at the top, you basically got like title screens, save, help, milestones, messages, options, and you've also got like these actions, inventory, crafting, equipment, and skills. So let's pop these out a little bit. We'll put up skills over here, and right at the start, you basically have like access to a little bit of skill and like random skill. So there's cartography. So this increases our chance to successfully read entire maps and decreases the obscurity when reading entire maps. We also have the equipment slot right there. That'll be used for like seeing equipment. We'll actually close that for a little bit now. I'll put crafting first and then I'll put equipment. And I'm actually going to move this down here. If you want, you can resize these windows, which is like useful if you like that sort of thing. I'll resize this a little bit as well. Alright, so there we go. So, right at the beginning, you can see I have some stuff that I can basically craft. And there's basically something to know about this game. Essentially, this game's all about like, crafting items to survive, getting like, better skills and stuff like that. There'll be a lot to basically showcase. At the top left here, you can basically see all my gauges for like, my health, my stamina, my thirst, and my hunger. You basically want to manage these to basically keep yourself alive. If you run out of health, you basically die. You basically have a weight capacity, you have like combat strength and defense. So there's basically lots of stuff in this game. And to help you out, I guess the developer has this like sort of starter quest to basically get you going. So basically, welcome. If you're new to Wayward, this starter quest can help you survive this harsh world by teaching you some of the mechanics of the game. Now, something I know about the starter quest is that it's actually really well done, and for the most part, it'll really help you get like started in the game. So it's basically good to have. We'll complete the first quest and we'll sort of like follow along here a little bit. So, gear up. Walking around barehanded can lead to trouble. Equip yourself with a tool or a weapon. You can open your equipment window by pressing E, blah blah. So basically we got this like inventory right here. Right now I'm wearing a tattered shirt and some tattered pants, and I have access to a leaf bedroll and a bunch of other stuff. And apparently we got a stone knife in here, which is pretty cool. That's actually a weapon or tool, so I can basically like equip this. And I'll give you a little hints every so often when you basically do stuff. So this is a hint about held items basically you can have in your hands. So basically, if I equip down here this like stone knife, this will basically it'll be a bit of a weapon, but also be a crafting tool. I've also got myself a clay jug of unpurified fresh water apparently here. That'll have to be purified at some point. I got some red berries, apparently a mortar and pestle, some shale, some bone, twigs, plant roots. We also got some branches and a sharp rock. So something I know about this game is that when you basically start out the game, you're actually going to get a randomly generated inventory. I think you always start off with a leaf bedroll, tattered pants, and a tattered shirt. But the rest of the stuff in here, this is like all like randomly generated stuff. And apparently, I got, some stuff I can basically do for crafting. If I want to, I can make a bone pole, which is basically a smooth cudgel crafted from a large bone. There's a stone arrowhead in here, apparently. Some stone knife, and of course a tinder. So these are like all stuff I can basically do in here. Alright, so now I've got this equipped. Let's go to the next bit here. So resource gathering. Now that you've something equipped, try to gather some trees, rocks to get the following resources. Gathering without a tool can hurt your hands, so make sure to keep replacing them as needed. It may take a few tries to get a proper resources. Don't give up. Alright, so basically I have to collect a couple tree barks and a couple stones. So over here we got a pile of rocks that'll be useful for collecting stones with. If you press Q, you can collect objects. So collect those rocks from the ground. And I can go to these palm trees if I want to basically collect a little bit of stuff. There's a log up there apparently. And there's a cod out there in the wild. Now, note by the way that certain items have like more weight than others. So like this log here, this has a weight of 4.4 compared to say the rocks has like weight of 3, or like this large rock has a weight of 3, or the bedroll has a weight of 1.2. So you want to be very careful with the stuff you're picking up. Alright, so here's some things to note. Basically, I have like over here, there's basically like this like palm tree of coconuts. Over here we got some more stuff apparently. So something to know, if you walk up to these trees and start hitting them, you can collect a little bit of stuff from them. So let's try and collect the little tree bark and stuff from them. So there's some palm leaves and a tree bark collected. Now, something to know about this game is that it basically has a skill system in it, and this skill system is sort of reminiscent of say like games like Elder Scrolls Morrowind, where basically when you use the skills, you basically get better at them. So the more basically like lumberjacking is this, the more lumberjack skill I'll basically get. So there's like 2%, and I got more tree bark. And let's just go try and find some more stones, I guess, for like the rest of the stuff. There's another palm tree there. Now, this world is rarely generated, but it does have some things that are always the same in it. You'll basically always find like the northeast type of like fertile like temperate forest type of land, and like to the south you basically find like these like desert areas. So we'll start moving north, and then we'll find like this like more temperate areas. And I'll pick this up. Alright, so I got some stones. That'll be useful for basically doing some stuff. Let's complete this quest. There are different environments in Wayward, some harsher than others. If you are in desert, you may have to venture northeast to find different resources. You may even have to venture across large bodies of water. Find a lush green forest and gather branches from trees. Find large rocks on the ground, or by gathering them from gray-colored mountainside. So basically what it's asking me to do right now is to go to like these temperate forests and like basically get some like branches from them. So for example, if I click here, you'll basically see a tree. I can try and get some branches from it. Now note that when you basically use up your stamina, you're basically using it on actions. You want to be very careful with your stamina. If your stamina goes too low, you'll actually start injuring yourself from like overwork. Alright, so durability, that's just something else to note. You basically have durability on items. And as you basically do more stuff, you'll basically like run out of durability and stuff. But we did get some branches, so that's good. So doodads. Doodads are considered objects attached to the ground, like plants, piles of rocks, mushrooms, campfires, and more. There's a few ways to collect them. The easiest way to do this is to use the actions menu, which you can bring up with Q. So blah blah, I'm basically facing stuff I can collect an object. So right now I have to basically collect an object, so I have to basically find a bush or stuff like that to basically collect from. So let's go try and find ourselves like a random doodad, like, to see what's a doodad, we'll go over here and collect it from it. And by the way, you can actually get a little bit of swimming if you're in water. And yes, you're basically very, very inept at everything you do in this game, by the way. You know how, I guess, like, how to basically swim, but, you're not the best at, swimming or, like, fighting or anything in this game, really. Alright, so, use a tool. Gathering resources with your hands is difficult and harmful, so basically, it's worth knowing that I basically hurt myself by gathering that seaweed. And you have to be very careful when you're gathering stuff, because you can hurt yourself quite a bit. But whatever. There's this quest completed. So crafting. In order to survive, you will need to craft new items from resources you gather. So basically what it's asking me to do right now is to craft a sharp rock. So basically, if I go in here, I can like, craft a sharp rock. I've already got one already in my inventory, so we'll skip this one here. And dismantling. Not all items are crafted. Some are dismantled from other items. A branch, for example, can be dismantled into twigs, leaves, strip bark, and wooden pole. A wealth of resources. Hovering over items in your inventory can show which items can be dismantled and can action items made by using dismantle. So basically, if I go in here, I can like dismantle items, for example. And if I dismantle this like branch. Oh, I can't dismantle. I have some water, so I have to get out of the water. Alright, let's dismantle a branch. And then I can like make like a strip bark, a wooden pole, leaves and twigs. So basically there's like, dismantling done. So hunting. With crafted knowledge under your belt, it's time to learn another important survival lesson. Hunting. Equip 2 weapons or tools in both your left hand. It's time to basically catch some dinner. So I'm not actually going to hunt right now, but basically you can hunt like creatures for like, stuff. So what we're just going to do right now, we're just going to basically put on like say this branch here, and basically we'll go for this quest, and that's gonna want me to basically like get some raw meat from something. So basically what it's gonna want me to do here is to hunt something. I'm not gonna do that for a little bit. I'm actually gonna try and create a weapon first. So I'll note that down here. I can like create some type of weapons like the wooden spear. So if I want to do this, I'll have like a better weapon. So let's try and do that perhaps. We're gonna unequip that for now. And let's just try and make a wooden spear here. So crafting. Crafting is simple, but it has many rules. When hovering over an item in a crafting window, you can see which items will be used in your craft through highlighted border that will appear around the item. So basically, this stuff will start like highlighting itself when I basically try and craft it. You'll also notice that you will use the first instance of required item, simply drag around your ores, basically get used the way you want. So basically, what it's telling me here. When you're basically crafting stuff, it'll basically have like, stuff get highlighted with like, the different like, things it needs. So if I go with 10 here, I'll basically highlight like the mortar and pestle and like this tree bark. If I go try and make a sundial, it'll try and use like this like, shale and a large rock. And if you actually hover over stuff, you can actually see what's used in crafting for. So this log, for example, is used in like, more stuff that I basically don't have access to just yet for crafting. These are basically used for like, the sleep bedroll. Twigs are basically used for like, tinder and kindling. So you basically have to do different stuff. Anyways, I made a wooden spear here, so this is a makeshift, easy to craft hunting weapon. Makes for an ideal ranged weapon. And I'm basically just gonna like throw this in my inventory here. I actually don't want to be using a stone knife to basically fight with, so I'm actually gonna throw this in here. Now, it's worth knowing, if I actually put this up here, for example, and I like try and like use this to basically like make like crafts and stuff, it'd be a lot better. So if I try and like, dismantle this, I'll actually get like, I'll get legendary stuff basically. This is like something I know about this game. Different items you basically have of like different like degrees of like, worth to them, I guess. This like, is like, this means like his damage is like, red thing around here. This is a remarkable twig, so basically it has higher durability. These are like remarkable plant roots, so basically, or exceptional plant roots, so basically they have like, even higher durability. So if you want to make stuff, you basically want to have like, better like durability, get like the exceptional stuff for it, basically. And if I want to make like a wooden spear, this will basically use this like, exceptional wooden pole. And it'll use like this like shale right here, for example. No, I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to put this right here. Let's try and make a sharp rock. And when I try to make a spear here, I'll basically use this sharp rock here I just made and like this wooden pole. So there we go, I made myself a wooden spear with like, that exceptional branch. And as you can see, this actually has a better durability than the other wooden spear here. Now, note by the way, you can basically have like two of the same weapons, and you can have like two shields and other stuff like that. This has basically increased my like, attack here a little bit, so basically I'm a little bit better off for like attacking stuff if I want to. So let's go find dinner. Where are you, dinner? Apparently there's some seaweed. There's a shark. I could hunt a shark, but it's probably a bad idea to hunt a shark, so let's not go after the shark. There's some growing yellow flowers and other stuff in the forest. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of animals and stuff around, which is either a good thing or a bad thing depending on how you look at it. For this tutorial, it's not so great because I'm actually trying to hunt stuff. Alright, so there's a snake. So, obviously you want to be very careful when you're fighting stuff. Certain enemies like the snake will actually have the ability to, like, say, poison you, so you want to be very careful of that, but whatever. We'll fight this guy anyways. Alright, so the snake hit you for 4 damage. So, note that basically your skills go up as you're attacking and like doing other stuff. Let's just fight the snake here. Alright, so I didn't really hurt him a whole lot there. And yeah, there is poison in this game, by the way, so you have to watch out for that. So poison will basically, like, you know, stop you from basically curing yourself, regenerating health basically, and also make you, like, you know, regenerating stamina slower, starve, and dehydrate faster, etc., etc. All right, this guy's unhealthy. There goes the snake. So basically, kill the snake. As you can see, that really hurt a whole lot. So you want to be very careful in combat. But there's our first little bit of combat going. And if I want to, I can basically collect from this guy, like, you know, I can carve him up. So we got some meat from this guy. So there's some raw meat. So fire starter. You will need to start a fire to cook the raw meat if you want to eat it safely. Your first order of business is to craft the materials used to create a fire-making device. So you need to get a wooden pole. So wooden poles are basically made, you know, from branches and stuff. So I'll probably have to get another branch from somewhere. But for now, I can make, like, you know, another wooden pole here. So there's one wooden pole, and then I have to get another branch to basically do a little bit more with it. And corpse carving, blah blah. Yeah, I basically, like, you know, there's blood there, so I can, like, carve the guy's corpse. Alright, so poison's worked its course, so now I'll start regenerating health and stuff again. And apparently we got ourselves a sapling here. We can go here and we can just, you know, collect the object. And if I want to, I can dismantle this sapling to get a branch, so we'll do that. And there we go, I got some more branches. We'll dismantle one of these. And now if I want to, I can make myself the hand drill, which is basically what will be the next thing in here. At this point, you will have unlocked a new crafting recipe called hand drill, a primitive, easy to craft device that makes fire. You unlock a new crafting recipe by having one of each required item in your inventory, so go ahead and craft it. So I can craft this hand drill here. Basically, it's, you know, the thing that's being highlighted by this thing right here. Alright, so the final items needed to start a fire are tinder and kindling. Gather the resources, blah blah, I've already gathered them, so I don't really need to get this stuff. So I can complete this quest. Basically, you need twigs, tree branches, and a log to do, like, the kindling stuff. Alright, so with the resources from the previous quest, you should now have what you need to craft some tinder and kindling. So I can craft some tinder here, which is basically, you know, a dry bunch of wooden shavings used to ignite kindling with starting a fire. And kindling, which is basically gathering small twigs and tree matter, acquired for starting a fire. And note, by the way, you can't actually fail to craft stuff. It's really annoying, but whatever, it happens every so often. So I failed to craft stuff, and you want to be very careful when you fail, because you actually can, I guess, like, destroy the stuff you're trying to craft with. But whatever. We'll get that kindling done. Alright, so a campfire. So you can technically start a fire at this moment. And basically, if, like, you use, like, the hand drill, for example, I can actually, like, you know, use this to basically start a fire right in front of me right now. But it's actually just that I make a campfire first, so I basically don't burn down the forest or anything else around me. So I have to find some rocks, is what it's telling me to do right now. And there's some mushrooms. Alright, so you destroy growing white mushrooms by trying to pick it up. So yeah, you can actually destroy stuff trying to pick stuff up here. Yeah, doodads, blah blah. Let's try to pick these guys up. Alright, so there we go, we got some mushrooms. White mushrooms. Consumed unused may provide benefits to hunger, thirst, health, and stamina, however, may reduce them as well depending on the food. So plant. Attempt to plant a slime on the tile you are facing towards. Some plants may require certain ground types or conditions to be planted. Blah blah. So these appear to be safe to consume. I can actually eat these if I want to. So note that I actually hurt my thirst a little bit there. Basically, you lost 2 hunger, you gained 2 health, you gained some health, and you gained 1 thirst apparently. And if I want to go over here, I can basically, like, you know, go through these berries here. Now note that, by the way, I'm actually trying to, like, gather with, like, the spears here. So there goes my wooden spear. I actually was gathering with a wooden spear to basically do this stuff. Probably not the best idea, but whatever. Alright, so I got some berries there. These berries are also used for eating. And preferably I want to eat these for, like, you know, help my thirst up here a little bit. So we'll do that a little bit. So there goes my first little bit, and I got a little bit of health from that. That's probably how you get your health back, by the way. You basically have to eat some fruits and, like, you know, water, you know, laden type of things. Now, here's something of worth. You can actually mine in this game, and that's basically how you primarily get your rocks. Like, it's from, like, mining stuff. Alright, so I'm just damaging my knife here, but whatever. So stone knife has been destroyed from use, but whatever. I basically got some large rocks here. And if I gather some more... a rabbit! So cool. That's what I prefer to hunt, but whatever. There's another rock. Now it's worth knowing I'm actually damaging this wooden spear, so I basically do this, but whatever. Alright, so there we go. I got the rocks I needed. Complete this quest. With all the rocks from the last quest, you are now able to craft a campfire. So let's do that. Make ourselves a campfire. Now if I want to, I can actually fight this guy. You know what? Maybe I'll do that. But first things first, let's try and craft a better, like, you know, weapon than what I've currently got here. Let's, you know what? Let's make the bone pole. A small cudgel crafted from large bone. So I'll get that basically made, and I can use this to basically hit people with it. Yeah, the rabbit will actually attack me back, so... oh wow, I missed the rabbit. There we go, we hit him, so he's unhealthy. There we go, we killed the rabbit. Kill the rabbit! Kill the rabbit! Alright, so I got some stuff for that rabbit for the hell of it. And there's apparently a cave entrance here. I'll probably die in there in a bit, but let's actually, like, you know, craft our fire and cook up our meat. So, when you basically have, like, you know, this campfire, you can basically place on the ground. So, you basically go in here, you basically place it. There's a campfire. And if I have, like, you know, my hand drill and, like, stuff for it, I can basically make a fire inside of the thing, too. So, do that. I failed to start a fire, so this will happen every so often, but whatever. We'll just basically have to try again. So, hand drill, start a fire, please. And yeah, as you basically get more and more worn out, you'll basically have to replenish your stamina. So, basically what it's telling me is I have to sleep in a leafy bedroll when I basically, you know, want to. But for now, we're going to try and get this fire going first. Alright, so there's a lit campfire. The fire is struggling. But whatever. I can basically, you know, stoke it a little bit. So yeah, tell me to stoke it here. I can put, like, seaweed in here and other stuff. I didn't mean to do that. And I just burned myself. So yeah, you can actually, like, burn yourself in this game, and it's really, really stupid. So yeah, I'm actually gonna probably burn to death now, but whatever. Let's eat that a little bit. So yeah, basically what I'm burning, I'm gonna basically burn to death. Well, let's try and stoke this fire then before, like, you know, I make, you know, they make it go away. I'll probably use this log here to do it. Alright, so there we go. I basically made the, you know, a raging campfire. And now if I want to, I can get some cooking going. So let's do that. I'll cook the meat. So there we go, I cooked some meat. There we go, cooked meat. Alright, so the next thing it's going to tell me to do is get drinkable water. So, are you a bit parched? Time to think about water desalination by turning seaweed into drinkable clean water. First, you'll need to make a water skin to hold this water. collect the needle for either finding cactus needles, carving a cactus, or by precisely sharpening down bones via crafting. To sharpen bones. Basically, has to find like a needle from like a carving a cactus. Basically, is what it's gonna ask me to do. But before we do that, I'm actually gonna do it in here. I'll actually cook this other meat. And yeah, I'm actually getting injured by like burning to death, because burning damage. You can't actually like burn, bleed, and like die of other like damage over time effects. You have to be very careful of it. But whatever. And let's see here. I can make some pemmican. So a ball of dry ground meat with a long shelf life. This is the ultimate survival food. For best benefits, prepare it with animal fat. If you fail to cook pemmican due to lack of skill, it is likely you will not be able to craft this without many failures. Alright, so there's like some offal, by the way. Amount of organs, tissue, and other undesirable portions of an unlucky animal. We're not going to worry about it for now. We're just going to go try and unburn ourselves. See, I'm still burning, for example. So what I want to do here, I want to jump into deep water before I burn to death. And I want to basically watch out for a shark. But basically, I'm going to stop burning now. From like being in water. And let's just go collect the needle from like, a cactus or, from other people, basically. So you want to go down to like the south, basically, to find cactus, basically, for cactus needles. There's another rabbit, but I think we're already injured enough that don't worry about it. Actually, you know what I really should do? I should probably sleep, so let's just do that. So up here you slept for a few minutes, basically just my stamina going back up. This is a nice thing about basically sleeping. It basically, helps your like, stamina go back up. And as you can see, I got some more health too. Alright, so let's find some cactus around, here and there. Hey, a pineapple plant. So, this plant is not fertile and it will not spread. Well, that sucks, we won't worry about it then. There's a growing pineapple plant. Now, by the way, you want to be very careful when you're basically looking for water. Sometimes you'll find, like, fresh water every so often, and you don't have to, like, do anything with that. Alright, nothing up here. And I probably should have purified this water in this, like, this fresh jug, but whatever, I forgot about doing that. So we won't do that. There's a sharp rock. Sometimes you'll find random stuff on the ground you can just pick up like that. All very useful. There's some shallow fresh water. So basically there's some like fresh water like I actually pick up if I want to. If I need to, I can like pick that up. Yeah, dehydration starting to set in, so I have to watch out for that. You know what I'm actually going to do right now? Let's actually go in here. I'm actually going to make some more kindling and tinder. And what we're going to do next, I'm actually going to, like, use this to basically set a fire perhaps somewhere. There's like a struggling fire again, but here's what I'm basically going to do. I'm basically going to purify this jug of water here. And then I've basically got, a clay jug of purified water. I can drink it. And now basically, I no longer have like this issue with like, water so much. I can go over to this like fresh water I have over here. And I can actually like use like the clay jug, get our water. And I can just purify this water again. So, there we go. There's some like water problems, handled for a little bit. Let's go back to try and find a cactus needle. Now, on that point, you want to be very careful of like your score up here. Basically, as the score goes up and up, I think you actually get like more of a chance of like bad things spawning to try and kill you, so you have to watch out for that. Let's pick that up. Now, is this fresh water up here? Hey, look at that, more fresh water. So, we have lots of water in this place, so that's worth noting. That's not fertile. And look at that, there's a cacti. So, the cacti is not fertile, but whatever, I can like carve for it for like its needles. So carve. So here's my cactus spines. Thin, long spikes suitable for crafting the makeshift needles. So you make a cactus needle. And there's my needle. So cordage. A very common resource for making items in Wayward is string. By combining two items that are considered cordage, you can craft string. The cordage group is very diverse and includes things such as stripped bark, dismantled from branches, plant roots, seaweed, and many more. So you can find 4 of these items. So basically I've already got lots of cordage, so you won't have to worry about it. So make some string. So craft some string. Well, I crafted 1 string. Apparently I need to get another one, so we'll get that out of the way. So start quest. With string and a needle, you'll be able to sew a water skin together. Combine 4 cordage items together to create the string. And smooth rocks. Smooth rocks can either be found naturally from mining rock, or from using a combination of sharpened rock and large rock to smooth it out via the crafting window. With the 2 smooth rocks, you'll be able to craft a grinding device. So craft 2 smooth rocks is what's basically next. So we get 2 of those. And grind materials. You're going to need some material for that water skin. The perfect material is tan leather. You'll need to make something to grind your tan with. 2 smooth rocks should do the trick. After you craft the motor and pestle, you can grind down tree bark and tannin. This special powder can tannin the leather for the water skins. Basically, it's asking me to make a motor and pestle from basically 2 smooth rocks. I already got that, but whatever. And then after that, I can use like the tannin to basically do stuff. So after you craft the motor and pestle, you can grind down tree bark into tannin. This special powder can tan the leather for the water skin. Alright, so I already got myself a motor and pestle up here. And there's like giblets if I want to, but we're not going to worry about that. So tannin. I basically have to get some tree bark. So that requires me to build, I guess, go strip some trees. So we'll do that. This'll do. I got a palm leaf. My bone pole's in need of repair, so this is about to be destroyed, but whatever. Oh well, there goes the bone pole. Alright, we'll have to craft something else, so let's maybe craft, you know, it'd be good to get like an axe. And here's like something I know, you actually make yourself an axe. Let's dismantle that. And then if I want to, I can like make like bows, stone spears, wooden tongs, or a stone hammer or a stone axe. So a dual use tool, which is both sharp and blunt, can be used to chop wood or mine stone with ease. I'll have to find more string, I guess, you know, as a result of this, but whatever. Basically, this will take 1 string, 1 pole, and 2 sharpened rocks to basically make, but whatever, it's worth it. There's a sharpened axe. And I can equip it. And by the way, this also acts as a weapon too, the stone axe, so I can now like chop woods very easily. There's some tree bark. So now I can make some tannin. And I should probably make some string too. Alright, so hunt for leather. Venture forth and find creatures with leather hide. Creatures with leather hides include giant rats, rabbits, giant gray wolves, and bears. Be very careful with the leather too. You may have to improve your combat skills to craft armor if you prove too much for you. Never be afraid to run from losing a battle. Carve its corpse to get the leather hide. So basically at this point, it's time to basically, you know, craft ourselves a little bit of like, you know, leather. Basically I'll take like the rabbit skin I've got here and a tannin and do it. So we'll make some tan leather. A durable tree piece of leather, used in crafting armor and our tools. And I think we actually skip part of that quest there, whatever. I guess I'll have to go collect, you know, something else. And alright, so it actually is smart to let you like skip stuff if you've already done it, so that's cool. So tan leather. With the raw leather hide from the creature, you can now tan it from the tannin. Craft tan leather from the crafting windows. Basically, if the, you know, I got my tan leather right here. And water skin. You finally have everything you need to sew to fabricate the water skin. Craft with the tan leather, string, and needle. So there's the water skin right there. And I'm just gonna see who that is. So be right back. Hello? Not this time. Bye. Alright, I'm back. Had a charity call. They're always fun. Alright, so basically I made myself a water skin right there, and now I can use that basically to collect water. So, I actually already started with, like, you know, the clay jug, a purified fresh water, but as I said, these items they basically get up here, like, random, and it's very possible I didn't start with, like, any type of, like, container, so this is basically how, like, you craft, like, you know, your container for, like, an item. And here's, like, you know, something basically to carry water with. So making the container was the hard part. You should now have most things you need to create a still for desalinating water. One last hurdle remains. Gather and collect the following resources you will be able to craft still water still. So I basically collect some rocks, a sharpened item, some string, a pole, and a water skin. Well, that should be too hard to do. Let's try and get some branches. I'll go up here to the north to get some branches, I guess. I'll get the string out of the way. Hey, look at that, there's a tree right here. There's a branch. There's a pole. So I have to find myself a rock. Where to find a rock? Some up here, of course, because there's rocks all over the place. Oops. Yeah, so note by the way, in this game you do have stuff that will decay over time. So our opal that we had decayed, and it's no longer any useful to us. It's just like, you know, it's gone. It's rotten meat. But whatever. We'll get some stones from here. We got a sharp rock. There we go, we got the rocks we need. So complete the quest. So after getting all these resources, you can now go ahead and craft a stone water still. You'll use this device to pour the seawater into and boil the steam drip into desalinating water into a container. So basically to craft a stone water still. So yeah, you fill the craft a stone water still to a lack of skill. It's likely it will not be able to craft this without many failures, so prepare for lots of failures. And apparently I can no longer craft it because I guess I ran out of like stuff to basically craft it with. Alright, so stone water still, where is it in here? Where did I craft one? Well, it says I destroyed a smooth stone, so I assume what I need to do is basically make a smooth stone. So let's just do that. I'm just going to go in here and craft a smooth stone. Get another large rock or two. There's the stone water still again. And I destroyed my smooth rock again, and the string is destroyed from you, so yeah, I'm actually going to destroy a lot of stuff trying to make this, but whatever. Get some more string. And hey, look at that, we actually get one. So there's the stone water still made. To test out your brand new water still, grab some water from the ocean. With another empty container in your inventory, choose the gather water option while facing the ocean with your container. So do that. So I can go over here and basically gather some water. So my water skin, where's that? Where's my container? Is it this thing right here? Okay, so this is like another campfire type of item, so where's my water skin in here? You know what I might just do? Let's just do this. We're just gonna drink that for now. And we'll get our water out here, so I can get this, like, from this stuff. Alright, so place the stone water still basically do this, so we'll go over here. Let's just place this right here. Alright, so desalinating. While still facing the stone water still, choose the pour option from your container of seawater's item inventory. This will pour the liquid into the water still. So go over here, we'll basically pour. You'll need to light the stone water still on fire, so the water can begin to boil and steam. This means you'll need to craft more tinder and kindling. Hopefully you still have durability on your hand drill as well. If not, you'll have to craft another one. After it's on fire, you'll have to wait until the fire goes out before you can collect the water. So basically to start, lit stone water still, so basically that's all you have to do. So I need to get some kindling to basically do this, so we'll do that. So, tinder. And let's go get some kindling. Get that done. I've already got the tinder, right? What do I need to make kindling? Maybe I need a sharp rock. That'd be annoying if I need to get a sharp rock to basically make kindling with it. You know, it'd be nice if it was a little bit easier to basically go through and basically find the stuff you need, but let's see here. Where's kindling in here? Maybe I can do it this way. So there's kindling. I basically need to have some tree bark to basically do this. So, tree bark and twigs. I need to get some tree bark apparently. Okay. I understand. Get tree bark. There we go. Get some kindling. Let's use the fire starter and get it going. So hand drill, go. You feel the start fire. Feel the start fire. Alright, so finish lit stone water still. So choose to get a water option from your now empty container while facing the unlit stone water still. You will gather this fresh desalinated water, ready to drink as desired. You'll only need to complete a process such as this for drinking sea or ocean water. So basically I can gather water when I need to. So basically I have to wait for this to go out, but basically you get the basic idea for how this sort of works. Alright, so I basically have shown off, the basic survival stuff at this point. Or actually, you know what? Maybe I can do this. Maybe I can gather this with, like, the clay jug. You must wait until the fires cool off before getting purified water. Okay, so you can't actually do that, but whatever. That's basically how you get, like, the purified water in there. So there's fungus on a tree. There's lots of details in this game. There's my campfire. So I can collect this, I assume? Yeah, I can actually pick up your campfire if you want to. Alright, so something I know about this game is that you're actually eventually going to be finding in these caves. The caves are basically where you find your treasure in it, by the way. So, let's look around here and then we'll die. And by the way, you can mine in here, by the way. And cover basically will, like, if you're carrying quite a few items, it'll slow you down and reduce your stamina regeneration. You have to watch out for how much stuff you're basically, holding, but whatever. So here's, like, inside of a cave. There's actually going to be creatures in here eventually. So let's try and find one and get killed by it. Alright, well, I'm actually really killing this stuff here a little bit, so let's maybe build a tool. You really need to get, like, a torch to basically run around in here at some point, so... I don't actually have torches just yet, but eventually when I do, it'll be, awesome to go in here. Alright, what do I need for this? I need to get some string. Let's get some string going. And I can make myself a stone spear. And look at that, we got ourselves a stone spear to basically hit people with. So we'll equip this. A lockwood chest. Alright, so the object's locked. Do you attempt to break it open? Maybe I'll get some loot in here. Now note by the way, your tactics is what basically determines like your effectiveness in basically hitting stuff. So the more tactics you have, you think the more damage you'll basically do in combat. See if I can break this open eventually. There we go, we broke it open. So, wooden chest. It had some amber in it. It had some iron ore in it. It had leather pants in it. An old instruction scroll. I'm actually over-exhausting myself at this point, so I really should, like, think about maybe like, crafting some stuff in here, I guess, to basically do stuff. Maybe it's just sleep. Let's just sleep in here. And look at that, there's like a skeleton that popped out to fight me. So yes, you guys be like, get like stuff like skeletons to fight you in here. This will probably kill me, so let's just end the episode by trying to get killing a skeleton here. So death is permanent. Although you've died, blah blah, it basically doesn't really give you time to read it, but basically there's like, Wayward in a nutshell. Eventually you want to go down into like, caves to basically like get treasure and stuff. And you'll have like, stuff like skeletons to fight down there you have to watch out for. I hope you guys enjoyed this like, showcase for Wayward. And take care. It's actually in early access right now. Eventually it'll come out on Steam, but for now it's very, very playable. And you should probably enjoy it if you want to go look at it. And that'll be it for this one. Take care.